in a second. So I was like, literally, I was going, better answer a question. I better not say anything that lobs too easy of softballs. But you still did pretty well. I didn't like.
All right, I tried.
This is Jerry Padalecki, everybody. Okay, if I may, I'm gonna take this opportunity. I still have a few minutes on stage, but I want to. Stay here, because where's the young lady that asked me the question? Come here.
What question?
I want you to answer. You will be better served at this. I got handed a question that stumped me, but I think you're the guy for the job.
Well, okay, I'm on the spot.
Yeah, you were on the spot. I'll tell you that I failed. I will tell you that I failed. And I'm
big surprise.
I'm really entertaining, and I failed. Okay, so what's your name? Maria has a question.
And she's not blushing right now. You're doing
No, she's ready. She's not embarrassed. This is a question.
We met this morning. Good to see you.
And I own this one. She threw the ball, and 3 strikes, I was out. So ask Jared the question. When you do that, yes, you do. No.
So the question was to describe supernatural plot, but badly. So it's not a bad show. It's a great show. We all love it. We know how we would describe it to someone else. But how would you describe it in a bad way? Like, it's not like 2 brothers and hunting supernatural things.
So let me leap in here. That's what the question was. So she said it's not 2 brothers. I'm like, okay, it's 4 Muppets. And she goes, no, it's 2 brothers. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If it can't be 2 brothers, but it must be 2 brothers, how do I? Because I said it's 4 Muppets eating cheese, and then I said it's black and white mice, and both of those she's shot down. Because she said, no, it's 2 brothers. I go, okay, but what are they doing? She's like, they're hunting. Okay, but what if they're eating cheese? No, because they're hunters. Now I'm confused. So she literally said, I'm out of here, she stormed off.
You can't use 2 brothers hunting supernatural things.
You can't use that.
I got it. Okay.
Here we go.
Thank you.
2 wannabe male models.
There we go. With
0 fucking explanation as to how they make money.
There you go.
Drive around in a badass car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dying and coming back to life a lot.
There you go. And that's why he's the tall one.
Very.
Thank you.
Yeah, 2 overgrown Texans.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Who wouldn't watch that?
I like 4 Muppets eating cheese, but I mean, this is also a way to go.
It's not supernatural.
That's right.
That is.
Hey, you've never seen him eat cheese.
Yeah, that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard fucking Speight.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your time with Senior Padalecki. Ciao. Grazie.
Amazing. Got it that one. Hi there.
Hi. I was actually queuing to ask Rich the question.
Okay, I can take a hint. It's fine.
I think you can answer it, but I think it's going to be harder for you because it starts with, so Richard was only in a few episodes. You've got 327 to choose from. But in the Supernatural Then and Now podcast that Rob and Rich are doing, is there, in your experience, which is huge, any one person or one episode that you think they should really talk to that person about that episode, whether it's a props person or a lighting person or a camera person or an actor, because there's something really cool about a particular episode and a particular person on the crew that would be really good.
Richard! Yes, goddamn. Chuck down. We've had so many. There was a sequence in season 1, episode called Skin, Shapeshifter, Skin? Yeah. Where we're shooting at this house, Amy Gravel, I believe was her name, and we're sitting there, it's this massive house in Vancouver, we've rented it for the day, and there was a painting on the wall, big house, nice house, and the painting just fell off when we were doing a scene. We were like, y'all see that? Like, smelling for sulfur. Wasn't there. So I think that was a really interesting experience. there were so many. I mean, I would actually talk to. Misha was there too early. I would talk to somebody like Alexander Calvert, who is amazing, and I love him. Yeah, awesome guy. But he also came into the show in season 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, late. And so by the time, like, Misha came in season 4, episode 1, so we were still kind of like, this family was all still getting built. He was a part of it and will remain a part of it forever. Al came in, Cal, I call him, I don't think he likes it, but it rhymes. He came in at a point where we were already like going, and so he came into a family that was already built. It was like we adopted him, you know, and he was amazing and kind and talented. But I would be interested to know what his reaction was to being on a set where we all knew each other, we knew the crew's wives and husbands and kids and partners and who they had lost in season 4 and who they had met in season 7 and so on and so forth. So I think he'd be a really interesting person to talk about his experience on Supernatural, because he came in the latest and was the biggest part compared to when he came in. So let's get him over here. I'm sure he'd love Roman. Thank you so much. Sorry I'm not Richard. Hey there.
Hi, I'm Moises. This is my first convention. It is amazing.
I love it. Welcome.
Amazing.
We love you back.
And all of us know the end of the Supernatural. And for me, it's 2 different finals. The real final and the previous episode when the car go on the road and disappear with all of these memories and everything. So if will be different, you change the real final, or you like the real final that we have, because it for me is so hard, so freaking.
That's a great question. Welcome to the Supernatural family. You're already a part of it, but welcome to your fellow family and friends. That's a great question. And do you have any siblings, family, friends?
Yes, I have a friend that is a brother to me because it's the family that I choose.
Amazing, amazing. That's a big message of Supernatural.
Yes.
This is going to be a weird question. What's her name? Her name?
Adrian.
Adrian. If you had to live longer than Adrian, how would you want Adrian to pass? There's no good answer, right? You know, I mean, knock on wood, all that. Hopefully Elon Musk figures out how to make us all live forever. But there's no, in my life I've lost some friends, some family, some pets, which to me are our family. And there's no great way. And I've had to put down, when I was season 3 of Gilmore Girls, I was like 20 years old, and I love dogs. I feel like I am a dog, honestly. And so I went and rescued a little dog, and I named her Sadie. Got her from a rescue in Los Angeles, and she lived until 2019. So 2003 to 2019. She was 16, almost 17. I had to put her down, and it was so hard. And I'm going to get emotional thinking about it. And there was no great way to do it, but I knew it was her time. And she was I had to carry her around to go to the bathroom, and I had to let her sleep on like a blanket that I have to wash all the time because she couldn't hold her facilities, and it was so hard to make a decision to put her down because she didn't have it anymore. And it's still tough to think about to this day, but she got to live her best life and got to go away with integrity and dignity, and that meant a lot to me. There's no great way to say goodbye. All we can hope, there's no great way to say goodbye. With Supernatural, it wasn't goodbye, it was see you later. So I don't think of it as an end. It was a see you later, and there was no easy way to do it, but we'll come back.
Thank you. You're the best.
Hi there.
Hi.
Brazil.
See, can you share with us like the very moment when you felt like you were the person to play Sam Winchester?
Wow, that's a great question. That's a fucking great question. It might not have been until I felt it a lot all along. I wouldn't have accepted the job if I didn't think I was right for it. But it might not have been until there were a few roadblocks, a few stairs along the way, I think really, for me, it was the finale of season 8, Sacrifice, where in my head, we got to see a lot of what really truly motivated Sam. Not wanting to let his brother, his family down. And that drives Jared a lot. Like, I just don't want to let y'all down. I don't want to let you down. I don't want to let my friends and family down. And so it kind of like in the final books of Harry Potter, when you figure out like, oh wait, Snape was doing that when we thought he was doing, like you kind of go like, oh, that's what, you saw little bits of it here and there, but it wasn't really explained. So it may have been that late. I knew earlier there were touches, whether it was I forget, Fresh Blood maybe, or something with Sterling, where Dean and Sam lock themselves into a motel room with a mattress against the wall. Yeah, thank you. What was it called? Fresh Blood, yeah. So there was that like, oh, this is getting there, but Sacrifice felt like a therapy session. It was like, okay, Sam, just fucking be honest. Like, your deepest, darkest secrets, your deepest, darkest worries, just spew them out. And I think it may have taken that long. I mean, there was some in season 4 for sure, but for some reason, there's so many answers, right? That I found myself, Jared found himself so many times through playing Sam, where it was like, oh, interesting. Like, the writers see this and they're writing it for me to perform, and it feels so true. Like, I feel seen. And it's such a cool feeling to feel seen, like a human. And by and large, by the time season 8 happened, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I can do this because now Sam and Jared are so alike in so many ways that it was almost effortless for me. I mean, it was hard work, and we're working long hours and stuff, but it felt pretty easy. That's a fucking great question. Thank you. Obrigado. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. It's my first con. I'm from Brazil. My name is Sofia.
Brazil?
Yeah.
Y'all know each other? It's a small country, right?
So, you just talked about dogs, and my question is about dogs. I'm a dog person like you. And I love my dog. This question is actually from my dad. He passed away a little bit after the show ended. Written. And we had just gotten our dog too, and my dog was my life during that process. And it took me a few months to get back to Supernatural without him, and to rewatch the finale where Sam gets miracle, and I could relate to him so much. Well, during that episode, my dad kept asking me, like, oh my god, the question is lighter than the introduction. He asked me, like, oh my god, that dog has such a great chemistry with the boys. Like, how do they do this? Is that their dog? Like, he wanted to know what it was like that, like, what's like to have a dog on set. So I'm bringing him today here. Like.
Amazing. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm glad you have that today. With the dog who played Miracle, they're very well trained dogs. They're trained, and we've had dogs in episodes throughout the years, and so it kind of the chemistry between an animal and an actor on set is really whether or not the actor or actress feels comfortable with whatever the animal is, whether it's a horse or a dog or a cat or what?
Snakes.
A spade?
Snake.
A snake? Fuck that. Yeah. So I have a chicken coop down in Austin. Jen and I have a chicken coop, and got a picture of a huge snake. Maybe she'll post it or I'll post it. In our chicken coop, laying on top of the eggs, not eating them, but just waiting to see if like a rat came to eat the rat. It wasn't a poisonous snake, but still would mess you up. And I'm like, nah, I don't know. But with Miracle, as a for instance, Jensen and I both love dogs. You know, and so when they bring a dog to set, it's like, oh, like I'll walk down the street and someone's walking a dog and I'll be like, can I pet your dog? They're like, who's this weird looking dude? And so it was more just, they introduce you first and they teach you certain things, like they teach you how that dog has learned to come or to sit or to stay, and you'll do it in character, but dogs are all energy. Like they feel if you're scared, they feel if you're excited, they feel if you're friendly. And I think Jensen and I were just so happy to be around a dog on set. Like I had to look at his face for 15 years. I was like, oh, this is a pretty dog. I'm tired of apples. And so it was great. It was great to have that pup there. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much for being with us.
So Susan.
Hi. So did you just call me Susan? Sue. You put Susan on my pass and
I know,
Susan.
that was the joke because you had crossed out SAN. Yeah, you didn't get the joke.
No,
I just called Jensen ugly. I'm not being serious right now.
No, you see, you've done it now. I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah. No, we've been hearing a bit lately about actors playing two parts on the shows, like Jensen doing a fantastic job in the end, playing two parts, etc. And Richard was just talking about playing against himself as well. And I was thinking, hang on a minute, Jared played 3 Sams in...
I played a lot more than that.
No, in one episode. The Man Who Knew Too Much, the end of season 6. And I was just wondering what that was like for you, that process. It must have been mad.
Yeah, that was Hell Sam.
Anything you can tell us about that? Share us. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I keep talking when you remember.
No, I do. I remember well. That was extremely difficult. And is anybody else out here? Do you act? Do y'all or write? Anybody a writer, a poet? Yeah. Okay. And it's not just writers, actors, musicians. You know, you. I'm not a method guy. Like when I was on Supernatural, I don't walk around like Sam. On Walker, I don't walk around like a Texas Ranger. But I have an idea of who that person would be if I was born in a different circumstance. And so it's difficult to bounce around between like, I have to make this honest and different. Can't look like Sam, sound like Sam. Same as I feel like Cordell Walker, in my head, is different than Sam Winchester. Has different goals, different dreams, different loves, a different history. And it's easy in your head to prepare for it because you're just building a new character. Or soulless Sam, you know, it's like, okay, well, who's this character without a soul? I don't know, what does that mean? But you just try and think really hard about what that might look like and sound like. Yeah, that was a difficult episode. That and comedic episodes were probably my most intimidating, anxiety-inducing. It's all dance. This isn't dancing, by the way. I don't know what but yeah, that was a difficult episode. I'd love to go back to it. Also, what's difficult is when you're playing a different character that's in a scene with your same character, they have to hire an actor to play that version of you. And that, like with Jensen and me, when we did scenes together, we would talk to each other. We wouldn't just, this is how I say the line. And then him go, this is how I say the line. We would talk, and while doing a scene, we'd find different things. Like, oh shit, I didn't know you were gonna do that. Like, badass, I'm gonna do this instead of that. And you'd vibe. Whereas if you're acting opposite what you're gonna be, it feels weird. It feels like talking to the wall. It's like doing a scene, looking at a piece of cardboard going, well, that hurt my feelings, and then trying to assume how they would respond. Like, I didn't mean to. Well, you did. You know, it just becomes very, it feels very out of body, and you just have to trust that your director, your editors, etc. will tell you if it sucks, and tell you if you need to go again. But I remember watching it, and I was pretty happy with how it turned out.
It was just like heartbreaking, sort of.
Yeah.
You see that part of Sam that actually was still
yeah.
there, and you see Sam talking to him.
It was
as
cool
well.
to explore. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to say cool. That's probably not the right word, but it was a teaching moment. But I learned a lot from doing that, from trying to get that place in my head.
I loved it. It was-
Okay, thank you so much. Hey there.
Hi. My question was for you and for Richard, but he left, so.
He's partying.
He's partying, great. So there's actually a mermaid appearance in the episode Just My Imagination. And as a mermaid instructor, I was wondering if you ever tried the sport of mermaiding. If not, would you try it one day?
I think I'd be a merman. Right? Is that different?
A merman, yes.
So my daughter, Odette, she's 7 now. When she was like 4 and she was a good swimmer, we went to a hotel and they had a gift shop, and in the gift shop was like a mermaid outfit, and she wanted to do it so bad. So we spent $30 or whatever to get her this little mermaid thing that ties your feet together and you have flippers, and she was so excited. And then we get in the pool, and I kind of pull the little things up her thighs and make sure her feet are on the little flippers. And when I saw her, she's a great swimmer, and she was at the time. It looked so fucking hard.
It is.
It looks like it. You can't really do anything. I saw her like, okay, I'm done being a mermaid. And part of me was like, if my daughter can't do it, no one can do it. So I'm glad that you do it, because that's wildly impressive. But yeah. Maybe I'll try and do that next. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, thank you.
You have my issue. You have to put all the microphones up.
My name's Bradley, I'm from the UK. It's my first time at Supernatural.com.
Welcome.
So I'm just grateful to be here. My question is that I just want to do a 2-part question, really. What was your funniest favourite episode and your darkest favourite episode of the whole 15 seasons?
Fucking good question. First off, welcome. Funniest, here's something. I think I know my answer to funniest, but I will say not funniest while shooting. Like, kind of nerve-wracking while shooting. And I would go to 2 episodes, French Mistake and Changing Channels. And we had a great time during those episodes. Like, we had a great time filming those episodes, but it was kind of nerve-wracking because you're like, are we ruining this? Like, are we gonna ruin the show? Is it gonna be all right? Are they gonna still watch us? It's like, okay, let's just make it real. I think French Mistake would probably be my number 1, because the opportunity to make fun of yourself on camera that's gonna last forever is pretty fucking cool. One of the most heartbreaking or heart-wrenching, man, I forget the name of this episode. There was an episode later on, I think, and I've talked about this before, but there have been a few times, well, the finale, the series finale was hard. Not all of it, obviously. There was a lot of fun stuff, but that fucking barn scene was heartbreaking for months leading up to it, because we were in the pandemic. There was an episode prior to that where Jensen and I are standing outside the Impala, and Sam is berating Dean for something, and I couldn't remember my lines. And that doesn't happen to me. And not that I'm cool or something. What was it? Prophet and Loss. And it was so difficult because, like, And I'm a professional. Like I know my job, I take it seriously, I prepare, and I go to work and I do it. And I give it everything I have. But my brain wouldn't let me find, I felt like I had dementia or something, and I don't mean to make light of dementia. I've had family with it who have passed from it. But I just was like, I don't know what I'm saying right now. Like, I can't fucking remember what I'm supposed to do next. And it was so difficult to get through it. And I kind of realized later that it was because Jared didn't like what Sam was saying, and so it was really difficult to learn. I went home and I cried myself to sleep. Like, I came home, I came to set the next day, and my eyes wouldn't open. Because I went home and I was like, I fucked up. I ruined Sam, I ruined Supernatural, like, what's wrong with me? Like, I know I did my homework, I prepped for days, weeks, months, whatever, for hours a day, and I just couldn't do it. And I think I realized, and funny enough, to an earlier question, sacrifice was like that for me, with the Sam and Dean bit of like, you know what I asked for forgiveness for in there was like letting you down. Like, who are you gonna go to next? Another vampire, you know? It was so difficult to get out that there was a disconnect. Like my own body's self-preservation mode that I don't know where it exists, like kicked in. It was like, don't say that shit. Don't say it. It ain't gonna feel good. You're not gonna like that. So I would say those two sequences in Sacrifice and Profit and Loss were, in hindsight, at the time I didn't know. You go to work, you're like, I know my lines. I can say all the words right now, and then you get in the scene, you're doing it, and you're like, what? Why is this so hard? Like, why am I not, like, I know I did my preparation. So those two would be the most difficult. But yeah, French Mistake, and then changing channels like, Natakraka! Which was, by the way, terrifying. That was probably my scariest, because the machine legitimately, and it was, when we're there, they put you in these like ski boots. They had redone ski boots. So you're in and then they lock you in. And the fucking ball on the stick was a legit ball on a stick that went like this. And so they sat me there and they're like, okay, you see this X mark on the thing? You're like, yeah, I see it. And you're locked in and they're like, okay, don't let your hips go past that. Like, I'm sorry? So if I'm here, I'm getting hit in the nuts. If I'm here, I'm okay. And so I was like, I think the first take we did, we were like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do the stunt, which I didn't get hit, you know, it just looked like it. But I think I was like, okay, so the X mark? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I'm ready. And they were like, you look really weird right now. I was like, no, I feel good. And so I finally had to go, and I think the first one, as soon as I knew it was like 3, 2, 1, I was gonna get hit, I went, I'm like, Jared, listen, we're hoping not to hit you. We need you to hold a straight face until the machine does that thing. And I was like, okay, got it. So that was probably the most like physical danger I felt I was gonna be in. Anyway, thanks, brother, and welcome to the class. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Em. I'm from the U.S.
Where?
Originally New York, but I live in North Carolina now.
Okay.
So my question is, how much of the original exorcism that you did in like season 1, like how much can you recite at this moment in time?
If you gave me 10 minutes, I could do the whole thing. Let's see. Do y'all know it? Exorcist Amus te omnis spiritus omnis protectus omnis immundus spirit veni vidi vici forense est magnifico.
So all the Latin English you ever learned. Yep.
Omnis vidi spiritus omnis secundum predessus omnis incursio infernalis adversarii omnis legio omnis congregatio et infinite. Huh? You're tricking me. You're trying to see if there's a fucking demon in here, aren't you? Back to his question. I can't do it because then my demon will come out and I'll just eat it. I did learn it for the entirety of Supernatural. I knew it forwards and backwards. And then Jensen, so I took Latin in high school. and I even like competed in Latin competitions. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, nerd alert. I'm just kidding. Love you. But I knew it, and so there was an episode where Dean did the exorcism. I think I was on a wall, I couldn't talk or something, so he had to do it for me. And during and I was like, man, is he having a tough time with this? Or whatever, because not that I spoke Latin, but I'd taken Latin, I knew Latin, I'd done it for years. And so during one of the camera angle changes, I was like, hey, you want to run the Latin? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, do you want to run the Latin and just like talk about what it means? He's like, no, I know it. I just don't want to do too good of a job because I'll maybe do it again. I was like, got it. And so he tried to make it seem like it was more difficult than it actually was for him because he was like, I don't fucking do this again. So it went back to me. How much do you know?
I don't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning, so.
But I'm older than you, and you're gonna pull this on me?
I have the worst memory ever, but my friends who came here with me can definitely do it. My friend has all the episode titles memorized, so she could probably do it.
I believe. Hi, friend. Is your friend also have a name with a letter?
Anna, yeah, she's
So
right there.
so M and N. Can I call you N, Anna? If your friend is N? It's terrifying. So I imagine you also don't want an exorcism to be recited, because it sounds like you have some issues as well. I do. Just kidding. Awesome. Thank you. Now I gotta research it and get back to it, and I'm gonna bust it out next time.
Okay, just in case it ever comes up again.
Done. Thanks, Anna. What's up, sir?
Hi.
Hi.
So yeah, I'm Chantel.
I know. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you.
I have a really, really good question though. Okay. So, what's your favorite scary movie, and why is it Friday the 13th, 2009?
Fucking A, that's awesome. That was a fun one for sure. I'm going Shining or what's that? What's the one with is it Liv Tyler? Strangers. Scary. Both were more psychological than gore based. The Shining, there are shots in it that just I can't think about or I won't sleep. Same with The Strangers. I did watch, has anybody seen The Cabin in the Woods with Chris Hemsworth? Yeah. I watched it on the plane here and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Scary for sure. I watched it on the plane! God, we're living in a simulation. Yeah, I think a lot of the old school kind of psychological ones were great. I had a good time. Friday 13th, 2009, which technically was filmed 2008, for whatever it's worth, but no, released in 2009. Yeah, I'll go Shane. What's yours?
Friday the 13th, 2009.
I fucking love you. Love you. Thank you. I'll take it. Wow. How are you?
Hi, Jerry. Calling from Australia.
I remember, yeah.
Hi. I'm trying to say the question, and I hope you understand it, but I think that you had the widest range of emotions in Supernatural, because as Sue asked you before, season 6, when you collected the souls, Sam collected the souls.
Yeah.
Also the scene where I said, I remember hell, that was really heartbreaking. I would like to know if you ever had the moment when you read the script, you didn't know how to approach the play, how to play it, and through various reasons that you can tell us if you want to, made a decision how to play it, and when you saw the outcome of it, it made you more courageous with your acting decisions.
Thank you for your question. Absolutely, yes. Season 6, Soulless. So, like I said, I've touched on, I'm not a method actor. where I pretend to be my character all the time. But the way I do approach acting and storytelling is trying to find parallels and similarities between what I've experienced or what I've had a close friend or family member experience and what this character is experiencing. I try to it's a weird thing to say, but I try to act from a place of truth, you know? So I you know, season 4, season 2 I played a demon, season 4 I played Lucifer. I don't think I've ever been a demon, I've never been Lucifer as far as I know, but you try and find some parallel and go like, okay, what would this be like? Season 5, Kripke finished his 5 seasons, and Sarah Gamble, who's brilliant, came in, and I was in LA for some reason, and I went to go meet with her, and can talk, like I've known her for years, she had been for Supernatural already. She was always an amazing Sam Winchester writer, as well as an amazing writer in general. But I always loved when I read, like, okay, Sarah Gamble wrote this next script. I was like, fuck yeah, there's gonna be some cool shit for me, selfishly. And then I go to her office, I take like a congratulations note and a bottle of wine or something, like, congrats, you deserve it. I'm like, so it's season 6, you're talking about it? Like, any thoughts? Like, it's kind of weird, I'm in hell with my brother, you know, like, what are we gonna do? And she's like, oh yeah, so you're coming back and you're gonna get but you're different. I was like, okay, cool. Like, what's going on? She goes, well, you're not gonna have a soul. I was like, what? Huh? And she's like, yeah, so we pull you out of hell, but your soul gets left in hell. And so you're on earth, and you look like you, and you act like you, but you're soulless. And I was like, okay. I had no idea what to do. And I pride myself on doing a lot of preparation and trying to figure out what Sam would do or what Cordell would do back in the day, what Dean Forrester would do on Gilmore Girls. I was like, okay, what would they think of this? What would they do? Why do they do that? But I had no idea where to even start. Like, where do you start? Like, hey, pretend you're soulless. Like, what's a soul? And so I ended up kind of hinging on, when I was in school, I was a math nerd. I still love math. And so I ended up kind of trying to get to a place where Sam was sociopathically mathematical. As a for instance, like if there's one person sitting here, and then there are 2 friends sitting here, and something bad's gonna happen, I would protect them because saving 2 people is better than saving 1, even if this person was a child or whatever. It's like, well, that's still just 1 person, but these are 2 people. So it's a weird kind of thing to go to, but I end up in a place where Sam, you know, what was the thing where was it the Fight the Fairies episode?
Yes. Yeah.
Where he hooks up with that girl?
Yes.
And he's like, well, I can turn the lights off. You know, because Dean's like, I don't want to see that. I can turn the lights off. Like, it's just an odd thing to say, you know? And so it became so fun. And after I watched a few of the episodes, and after I acted in a few of the episodes, I was like, damn, this is fun. I love this. And I think I did all right.
Yeah,
I love it. It was fun to watch. And I will say, and I don't think you were saying this at all, but just to clarify, I think one of the reasons that Sam had, and I would agree that Sam had the widest range of emotions shown on camera, but I think we all know, I hope we all know, that it's not because Jensen couldn't do it, or Misha couldn't do it, or Alexander couldn't do it. It's just that's the way storytelling goes. You know, I played Harry Potter, I played Luke Skywalker, I played the main protagonist, and so the protagonist has to go through here so that, in this case, Dean's character has to be kind of a calming factor. And that's just storytelling. And I mean, you know, Jensen did so much as well, comedic and dramatic, and so many of our actors and actresses did. I just kind of, you know, the script comes your way and you just do it. And they were thinking long term about like, what can this TV show be about? And it has to be like, hey, this person is going through this. This person is there for them. And then this person goes through this, and that person is there for them. So it was great all along the way.
And I think that's why why you have so many seasons, because we all see that you had so much fun, and that's of course the various emotions that you had to play.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It was a roller coaster. Thanks a bunch. Good to see you. What's going on? Hi.
I think I can safely say on behalf of the Walker family that we're so excited to have you all back, and we love you so much. And we love all the behind-the-scenes content that you guys provide us. It's so much fun every week to participate in that. And I couldn't help notice that the front man of one of my favorite bands made a visit to set, and I know it's because he was at a festival. But I'm wondering if there might be some kind of collaboration maybe happening, because Walker is and will be possibly a very lonely cowboy.
True. Let me say nothing is official, but our friend JJ, my friend JJ.
I'm trying to be a little secretive.
I know. We were just texting, as a matter of fact, because his friend here in Rome helped. He has a band called Kaleo. They just want, they're phenomenal. And he's an even better human being. But we talked about putting some of his music into Walker, and I asked him if he wanted to act. He said the first part would be cool. He's not super interested in the second part. Yeah, music maybe, but I don't know about acting. But I hope so. He's great.
It would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
And fingers crossed. Hopefully we can before 4.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hello, my name's Marina. I'm from Indianapolis. Oh.
Germany, I like it.
I don't know any German, or I'd like do a bit right now.
Fair enough. True.
I have a question, slight context. So there's this horror movie, The Conjuring, very famous. You can actually stay in the Conjuring house overnight. You can pay to do that and watch the film. And I was wondering if there were any locations that would be a very immersive experience to go watch Supernatural in and feel like you're there.
Oh, I mean, you gotta go to Lawrence, Kansas. We went to Stoll Cemetery and took a little tour where the season 5 finale happened. I'd love to go to the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. Are there some cool haunted places here in Europe? There have to be. Yeah, everybody's laughing. They're like, "Psh, hold my beer." Yeah. For me, it was almost like a spiritual experience when we went to Lawrence, Kansas. Cliff and I drove out there. It just felt, it was like, welcome to Lawrence. And I was like, so that was really cool. Where else? I mean, because it all filmed in Vancouver, it's strange because it was set in so many places, you know? Yeah, my instinct is Lawrence. Yeah, to go there. And I want to go and like walk around in some plaid, grow my hair back out, and makes it, where?
Where in Lawrence? Is there like an offbeat diner or motel, like a sketchy motel I can stay in there?
The Stoll Cemetery, which is where the season 5 finale happened, where Sam goes to hell, literally. Hey ass butt, like all that exists. It's in Lawrence, and there's this big like welcome to Lawrence sign 5 minutes away from it. I had a cool experience just seeing it. I'd never been, you know? And I was like, this feels like Sam's from here. Like I walked in like I fucking owned the place. I walked in, but I was like, yep. Hey, I'm like a hometown hero. You're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, hey, you know, my friend is from here. He saved the world. And he looks like me. No, it was fun. But yeah, I don't know where to go. We got some barbecue, like near the college. It was good. It was quick. It was a day trip. But we had a good time. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I hope to make it back in the office. I want to go to the brickyard. Hoping to. Hi there.
I don't know if you remember me. We met at the airport in Nashville that one time.
All right. I like it.
My sister. She was really
Were you
sad.
flying somewhere?
You.
I know. I'm teasing.
You
walked away. She's like, oh, I should have got a photo. I'm like, that's what you should have asked. But anyway, that's not the point of this. My question is, what would Sam's Spotify Wrapped look like?
Spotify Wrapped?
Wrapped. Like, we know he listens to podcasts and Celine Dion and all that, but
What does Wrapped mean?
like Spotify Wrapped, like at the end of the year when you get your most listed songs.
Wrap up.
Is that like the pay version?
No.
No, it's like where you get.
Really?
Yeah. If my phone worked, I'd show you what
I
mine
don't
is.
know. I believe
It's
you.
all you've done.
Top
through
5
the year,
songs,
your
top 5.
Really?
Yeah, it's like your top 5 artists and their top 5 songs. I'm a huge Fall Out Boy fan, so mine's always Fall
Oh,
Out Boy.
that's great. I think it'd be like self-help podcasts or like the fucking Latin incantation that I can't remember. So M doesn't surprise me again and ask me to say it. Teasing. Thank you, M. Yeah, I think it'd be spoken word stuff. I think it'd be podcasts.
Yeah.
Follow-up question: what type of podcast would he listen to? Because I'm a huge true crime podcast listener. So do you think he would enjoy true crime, or he'd be like pointing out the inaccuracies like my dad does?
Yes, and it'd be both. He'd be listening to true crime or like haunted stuff. And be like, Rigoroo, easy. Dumb detectives couldn't figure it out. It's a shapeshifter. Yeah, true crime for sure. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell your sister hi.
I will.
That sounded weird. It was nice to meet her. Yes.
She's a big fan. You're so sorry.
Thank you. She's not that big. She's rather small. I'm just talking. Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. This is our last question. I'm sorry. Is that what you're saying? Sorry, I can't see shit.
Hi, my name is Asam, and I'm from Russia. This is my first Supernatural convention ever.
Welcome.
I'm so grateful to be here. Thanks so much, guys. So, a bit of an intro for my question. A comfort character is when a character, which can be from a TV show, or a game, or a book, etc., makes you feel safe and happy when you're upset or sad or down. Who's your comfort character and why?
Wow. That's a great question. Who is my comfort character? So admittedly, I haven't seen a lot of TV lately, so I'm going to take a second. Who's a comfort character? Well, God. Honestly, this is what hops in my head, which is what made one of the episodes, in particular, one of the scenes, so difficult to be a part of. Bobby Singer. And the why, he was clearly flawed, but he tried to do the best he could all the time. He made mistakes. He had his ups and downs. You know what, fuck that. I mean, that's true. I'm gonna go with Sam Winchester. And I mean that, and thank y'all, I mean that outside of myself. This isn't like me patting myself on the back. The words on the page, what Sam went through, if anybody else on the planet had played him, the fact that Sam was flawed and went through so much and still tried to do his best and made mistakes and ultimately paid for them and was open about them makes me feel okay to make mistakes and be less than perfect and be honest about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Dad. I'm so sorry. We're going to get you guys home for the night, and we're going to be back tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you all. Hopefully you're our first in line tomorrow. I'm so thankful. Thank you, guys.